been incredibly difficult for me to manage, all of that while working and trying to be a mom and trying to, I'm trying to find the humanity in all of it. It just feels like no one thought of me, of my children. There was no protection. I think the Celtics were irresponsible, and it was hurtful.
I think it's horrible, especially the fact that they have had a long distance relationship. They do have a son together, and she reportedly just finally moved to Boston the last 2 weeks, and they've been looking for a house together to uproot everything and then to find this out. So he knew that there was an investigation allegedly into his goings on and did not tell her, and then she got blindsided by seeing it in the media.
Celebrities being cheated on is old news in the entertainment industry, but it doesn't make it any less painful. We know that when a scandal like this hits the news, public attention is inevitable for both parties. Might I add, for a good measure. Well, Nia Long is finally opening up about this bitter reality of her life, revealing some intricate details of the aftermath of this whole fiasco. She holds Ime Udoka responsible for destroying their peaceful family while having a consensual relationship on the side. What do you think? Did Nia know the side piece? How did Udoka keep things under wraps for years? And can you even imagine how the family has been coping with all this? Stick with us to know what happened exactly. We have all the deets for you today. Nia Talita Long is best known for her work in Black cinema, especially in the film Boys in the Hood. But right now, Nia is under scrutiny after her 13-year relationship ended with Ime Udoka when the coach decided to have an affair on the side with a company employee. However, it's a relief that his affair has finally been exposed now. Well, this is what Nia's rep said about the termination of her relationship. The situation is unfortunate and painful, but Nia is focusing on her children and rebuilding her life. The couple is no longer together, but remain fully committed to co-parenting their son, Kez. The Queen of Black Cinema opened up about her feelings in an interview with The Hollywood Reporter. Her heartfelt statement will make your heart bleed in sympathy. I think the most heartbreaking thing about all of this was seeing my son's face when the Boston Celtics organization decided to make a very private situation public. The devastating impact on the kids is quite understandable. This statement Nia is referring to was released by the Boston Celtics organization in September, just weeks before the start of the 2022-23 NBA season. The Boston Celtics issued a statement on Udoka's immediate suspension from the team. That stated, "The decision about his future with the Celtics will be decided at a later date. The discipline comes concerning the Celtics coach's alleged involvement in an improper consensual relationship with a female member of the team's staff." In her statement, Nia further went on about how the discipline had affected her son and how he's having a difficult time coping with the current situation.
And to escape the media blitz, Nia reveals she took Kez out of school. Quote, "It was devastating. He still has moments where it's not easy for him."
Sympathizing with the victim, fans have been raging at social media. One of them even said, "Nia is and always has been a queen. That man treated her like disposable trash. There are men that would line up to kiss her feet. This makes me so anguished for her. I hope she heals and rises out of the ashes." I am so glad they are doing this story because it lets us adults really count the cost of our decisions and the collateral damage that happens and how it affects children and other family members. Not only that, the heat Ime got on social media for his despicable actions has forced him into apologizing. That's what he says while giving an apology to ESPN's Malika Andrews.
"I want to apologize to our players, fans, the entire Celtics organization, and my family for letting them down."
Well, this short pre-scripted pseudo-apology definitely did nothing to help his worsening reputation. A fan even reacted to his so-called apology saying, "He apologized to his family last? LOL. The NBA organization first? I just can't." But it did not go unnoticed by the internetizens that the former coach had 2 months before his infidelity was brought to light before the media, to which a fan commented, "Bruh, he doesn't care about her or value their relationship. He had 2 whole months to tell her the truth, but he decided to tell her a few days before the public announcement. I wonder if he would have told her the truth if this affair didn't come out and the Celtics didn't know about the affair. because I don't think he would have. Besides Ime, the Boston Celtics organization is also facing quite the backlash for publicizing a very private matter. Stephen A. Smith, a senior sports news reporter, has given his take on the case.
As somebody that has covered professional sports for 30 years, has covered the NBA for over a quarter century, needless to say, I know of many instances where individuals have had situations occur within the organization, and it was never publicized. It was never a press conference. There was never anything that was broadcast publicly about it. But suddenly in this situation, it was.
As you heard, it's quite a unique situation. At the same time, the latest revelations have proved that the situation was much more gross than we initially predicted. A lead NBA player, Shams Charania, didn't shy away from giving us some interesting insider information about this alleged relationship.
So I'm going to break it down, what happened. I'll give you the timeline. Okay?
Here we go.
So this relationship, what I'm told, started during the playoffs, and it went into July, and at Summer League, the Celtics found out in July, and from what I'm told. And once the Celtics found out, what they were told at the time, that everything was good between the two sides, that it was a consensual relationship, and they obviously moved forward with their offseason. This wasn't a topic that anyone within the Celtics was, I think, worried about.
Don't forget that the internetizens have been worried about the investigation thing from the beginning. It seems like their worries were right on point. On top of an affair, the former coach also verbally harassed the female employee. You might not believe, but the case came to light because of the complaint the assailant made to the organization that set forth the investigation. Also, there were some whispers on the street that it was an extreme reaction to some dilly-dallying on the side. Especially Matt Burns, who deleted his video soon after giving his opinion, has slammed the organization for suspending the coach for a whole season, saying, "Anyone in the league can tell you that this is a very common situation. I've seen it from owners to executives to coaches to trainers to dancers and to PR ladies who have been engaging in infidelity. All I can say is that this is not uncommon in the industry. But one thing is for sure, that the decision made by the Celtics or whoever made it was a terrible decision." But surprisingly, a source came forward to explain what the drama was all about.
Ime Udoka had relationships with not one but two staff members. One deleted all social media accounts, the other has turned off comments on IG, both married. One was actually married to a senior vice president in Celtics organization who wanted 1 year suspension.
Well, things do make more sense now, because if Ime was fooling around with the wife of the higher-ups, there's no way he could have come through this disaster in one piece. You might have noticed that there is little to no information available about the mysterious female employee the coach cheated with. It seems like nobody even knows what she looks like. But in today's era, the internet has its own ways to uncover some mysterious matters. TMZ broke the news about the identity of the affair staffer, and it seems like Nia did meet her rival a couple of times. One of the staff's duties included planning Udoka's team-related travel, and we're told she was also involved in booking travel for Nia to come to Boston or to road games. The employee had a hand in Nia's arrangements to move to Boston permanently, according to our sources. Nia had just moved in east a little over 2 weeks ago with Kez, her 10-year-old son with Ime. This revelation has added fuel to the fire. The fans are slamming the Boston Celtics for protecting the identity of the employee. It's a disgrace that the Celtics organization deemed this private matter a public matter, giving zero consideration or respect to Nia, Udoka's son, and family. The only person who has been protected is the disgusting female, who's also within the Celtics organization, yet very little to no damning publicity towards her or suffered by her family. In a statement to Entertainment Tonight, Nia expressed her dismay about the cold behavior of the organization towards her and her family. Even though Nia criticized the organization, she did thank her fans and friends who stood by her side in this difficult time. In an interview, she said, "I literally felt like my heart had jumped out of my body when I heard about the affair. And then what I found was this tribe of women and men who were standing up for me in a way that felt like I was this bubble of protection. And that was very comforting," she explained to THR. Her heartwarming acknowledgement of her fan support has won many hearts. Aside from all this fiasco, the actress does have some celebrations in order. The Best Man cast is preparing for its release of the final chapter. The show has been at the forefront of Black culture for over 2 decades. Things are looking quite bright for our queen. On the other hand, it looks like a steep slope for Ime. Even though the organization has not given any more updates regarding their future with Ime Udoka, his termination is quite expected. Well, these were all the juicy deets regarding the infidelity scandal involving Elon. Until next time, goodbye.